Hey guys, it's Scott here from the fragrance channel, Scott Aromatico. Welcome and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about Eros and their flankers from the house of Versace. So stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Scott here once again. Welcome. Thanks for having me. If you're new here, I really appreciate it. If you're one of the OGs, welcome to you guys. But before I start my fragrance review, if you love anything having to do with fragrances or anything having to do with fragrance related content, then you found the right place. So go ahead and please hit that little red button down below and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification so these videos will come straight to your feed. It really helps the channel to grow and you'll get the videos right away as soon as I put them out. So thank you again for all your support, and let's just go ahead and dive right in. The thing I want to talk about is the very first creation of Eros by Versace, and that is Versace Eros EDT. Eros by Versace is an aromatic fourgette fragrance for men. Eros was launched in 2012. The nose behind this fragrance is Aurelian Gouchard. The top notes are mint, green apple, and lemon. Middle notes are tonka, ambroxan, and geranium. In the base, we have Madagascar vanilla, cedar, vetiver, and oak moss. I really love the presentation of this bottle. It's really beautiful, and I just learned today by doing a little research, the color of this bottle is to invoke the Mediterranean Sea. And Donatella Versace was very interested in Greek mythology when she came up with this design. And so that's why you see the Medusa on the front of the bottle. And of course, Greek mythology fits because Greece is, an island in the Mediterranean. So that was her vibe that she was going for, is the blue bottle to represent the Mediterranean Sea, and of course the Greek mythology with the Medusa. And Medusa, of course, is the goddess of love, if you didn't know that. So it's just a really cool bottle. And I love that cap. That cap is really cool as well. All right, so let's go ahead and spray this fragrance. And I'm gonna spray it on this strip, just so I don't have a bunch of different fragrances on my body. So this fragrance is definitely a head turner. You're really gonna get noticed with this fragrance, and this is dubbed in the fragrance community as a clubbing fragrance because of that fact, because it'll turn heads. This thing really projects. It projects more than an arm's length. Someone will smell you coming from across the room. Right away you get the mint in this. I smell that right away. It's blended with that green apple, really nice. It's a bit synthetic smelling to my nose, but not too bad. I've smelled worse. So to me, the main stars of this fragrance are your vanilla, the mint, and the green apple. I really like it. There's a little bit of woodsiness in this. And it's just a great, youthful, fun, flirty fragrance. It's a fragrance to be worn at nighttime. It's a fragrance to be worn in the fall and the winter. It's gonna project really well during those times. If you tried to wear this fragrance in the summer, it's just gonna get cloying, meaning it's just gonna make you feel kind of sick. If you ever put on a fragrance and got a headache from it, that's what cloying means. It's just gonna kind of just make you feel sick and kind of disgusting. And the sun, once it hits this vanilla and all the fruitiness that's in this fragrance, it's just not gonna smell good in the summertime. So I would stick to wearing it in the colder months or at night when you're going to the club, trying to get noticed. That's what this is perfect for. And again, this is a very youthful fragrance. It's very flirty. You definitely can dress casual with this. I don't know, for some reason when I think of this fragrance, I just think of Vegas. I know, just guys going out in their crazy shirts and, going clubbing and gambling. That's what this fragrance really, what I picture in my head when I think of this fragrance. So it's a great fragrance. I'm glad I have it in my collection. I don't wear it all that often, but I like to pull it out every once in a while and just have fun with it. It's definitely a mood enhancer. So great fragrance to have if you're just starting out in your collection. And to be honest with you, you can get this fragrance cheap all over the gray market, meaning you can find it online. You'll save so much money on this fragrance if you buy it online as opposed to in the store. I think I picked this bottle up for less than $50. And for some reason, these fragrances are fairly cheap. And you can sometimes, if you look hard enough, you can find them in the box stores like TJ Maxx or some of the others like Ross. So all in all, great fragrance. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And I'm glad I own it. And let's go ahead and dive into the next fragrance. But before I do, let me talk a little bit about EDT versus EDP. So EDT and EDP are basically just units of measurement for the parfum concentration that's in a fragrance. The EDT tends to be very light, and the EDP tends to be a darker, richer, has more depth, and lasts a whole lot longer. So usually, don't hold me to this, there's an exception to every rule. An EDT will last you from anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, and an EDP will usually get you 5 to 6 hours. So basically on an EDP, you're gonna get somewhere between 8 to 12% essential oil, and on an EDP, you're gonna get somewhere between 12 to 16% essential oil. And that just helps the fragrance last longer. Now, what I've noticed to my nose, and correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, it seems like the eau de parfum is always a lot smoother. It doesn't project as much, which you think it would, but because it's just a lot smoother, it's richer, and like I said, it seems to be blended better whenever I smell them. I always expect them to be projecting more, but they don't. They're a lot smoother, and they take away those rough edges. The EDT seems to be a little bit rougher, like I said, a little bit more synthetic, and it doesn't tend to last as long. That's not true for every case, but 9 out of 10 times. So that's it. That's basically what it is. Let's go ahead and talk about Versace Eros Parfum, and this is a new one. It came out in 2020. Eros Eau de Parfum by Versace is an oriental woody fragrance for men. This is a new fragrance. Don't say that. Let me start over. Eros Eau de Parfum by Versace is an oriental woody fragrance for men. Eau de Parfum was launched in 2020. The top notes are mint, candy apple, lemon, mandarin orange. In the heart, we have ambroxan, geranium, clary sage, and in the base, we have the vanilla, leather, sandalwood, cedar, bitter orange, and patchouli. All right, guys. Now I've got a decant of this fragrance, and I want to go ahead and give my friend Chef Mo a shout out for Chef Decants. If you guys don't know, go ahead and look up one of my videos on this. I did a whole video on this company. This is a great way to buy decants, and I went ahead and got this from Chef Mo. This is a decant of the Versace Eros Parfum, and for the sake of this video, I'm going to use this, and I'll put a full presentation of the bottle up on the screen. So let's go ahead and spray this. Shout out to Mo. Thank you, Mo. So, just like I said, man, right out of the gate, this is so much smoother. It doesn't hit you as hard. And before I started this video, what I didn't share with you guys is I did a little test. I put the fragrance on all these strips. I have 3 of them here. And I went around and tested all my family to see which one they picked. And unanimously, they all picked the Eau de Parfum. Now, I'm not saying if you have the EDT, you've got to run out and get the Eau de Parfum. I think if you've got the EDT, you're fine. Once you run out though, when you run out, I would suggest you get the Eau de Parfum. And if you want to, you might want to get it early before you run out, because who knows when they're going to change the formulation. But as of right now, if you've got the EDT, I think you're fine. But I will say this is not as harsh on the top, and it's a whole lot smoother. You get that same DNA with the mint. The mint is definitely there. You get that powdery vanilla smell. And then the ingredient that's changed is it's candy apple, which makes it a little sweeter than, say, the green apple that's in the original EDT. But I like this because it's a whole lot smoother. I think this is basically for a more mature man, because it's not as loud, it's not screaming. There's a part of me that thinks, and you can correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, there's a part of me that thinks you can get away with wearing this one more in the summertime just because of that mint accord. And mint is usually associated as a summertime fragrance. But it is definitely fruity, and it is definitely sweet, and so it may be cloying, but this is because of how smooth it is, and it doesn't project as much. I feel like you could get away with wearing this in the summer, but to be safe, stick with the winter, stick with the night, like I said. Now, for me, the difference is on the EDT definitely projects so much further than this one. This one does not project, but project as long, or just this one does not project as far, but it definitely outperforms it. I got a whole lot more performance when I sprayed this on my skin and wore it to work. I could smell it all through the day, whereas, like I said before, on the Eros EDT, it lasted for about 4 hours. This one gave me about 6 to 8 hours of longevity. So That's basically what you're getting with the Eau de Parfum here. But all in all, they're pretty much the same scent, just a little bit smoother. So that's it. To me, I'll give this, I gave the last one a 7.5. I'll give this one an 8. And the only reason I'm giving it an 8 is because it's a little more smoother, a little more mature, and it lasts a little bit longer. But it's still got that same youthful DNA. And if you're into that, then this is the fragrance for you. So finally, the last fragrance I want to talk about on my list is a favorite of many, and it's a favorite of everybody in my household. When I did the blind smell test, everybody picked this as their #1 favorite fragrance. I was surprised by that, and me included. It was my favorite out of these 3, and that's Versace Eros Flame. Eros Flame by Versace is a woody, spicy fragrance for men. Eros Flame was launched in 2018. The nose behind this fragrance is Olivier Pascal. The top notes are mandarin orange, black pepper, lemon, rosemary. In the heart, we have pepper, geranium, and rose. And in the base, we have vanilla, tonka, cedar, sandalwood, and patchouli, and oak moss. And again, I just have a decant of this. I'll put a full bottle presentation up. But I want to give a shout out to Totally Off Topic Fragrance Reviews for providing me with this decant. That's very generous of you. I love this lady. She is a big part of my fragrance family, as you all are. And I really appreciate her for sending me this flanker and for sending me this decant. So thank you very much for that. And let's go ahead and give this one a spray. Oh my gosh. Guess what? I need to go ahead and get this one in my collection. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It's gorgeous. The citrus in this is so nice. It's powdery. It's blended to perfection. It's warm. It's not too sweet. It's spicy. It almost smells like there's a hint of cinnamon in this, but I didn't read it in the notes. But it's definitely got a cinnamon vibe. The pepper is not too overpowering. Man, it's really nice. It's spicy, it's warm, it's woody, and it just has the right amount of sweetness. It's blended to perfection. So creamy, so powdery. Man, I like this one. This is really, really, really good. Again, to me, all 3 of these are winter scents. Like I said, the Parfume, you may be able to get away with wearing it in the springtime, maybe the summertime, probably not. But this one is a winter scent. This is casual, this is flirty, this is fun. This seems like it would be the perfect scent for Valentine's Day. Versace Eros Flame is really, really good. Again, I only get 4 to 6 hours on this one. Might be my new favorite from Versace. I like this one a lot. This is a really, really good scent. And these are all very fun. They're all very youthful. They're all very flirty. And I really enjoy this line and these flankers. All in all, Versace is one of my favorite houses. They've got so many good fragrances out there if you haven't checked them out. And so I'm really, really excited to go ahead and get my hands on this one and get a full presentation of this bottle. And again, all these fragrances, I found this one the other day at Marshall's for around 55 bucks. So all these can be had for a very good price. I don't know about the Eau de Parfum. Since it's a 2020 release, it's probably gonna be a little bit on the high side. But the other 2, the Eros EDT and the Versace Flame, you can find them for a very good price. And for that price, under 60 bucks, these are great fragrances to start your collection off, especially if you're new. And again, the Flame is perfect for this coming Valentine's Day. I feel like it's the perfect fragrance for that. So that's what I think of when I think of this one. But anyways, guys, I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope that helped you a little bit on the EDT versus the EDP and the Versace Eros Flame. And again, shout out to Chef Kantz and his Versace EDP. And again, shout out to Totally Off Topic Fragrance Reviews for the decant of Eros Flame. Guys, I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with me. Again, if you stuck around this far, please go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. Share the video with your friends. Remember to always be yourself as long as yourself smells good. Ciao!